Hi everyone, nice to see you again. So I was very surprised, well, nice English weather as always. I was really surprised how popular became the video about the Ford Focus. That's why I decided to film my daily, because the Focus is wife's daily and this is Ford Mondeo, which is my daily. So today we will walk around and talk about again, high mileage. I have only high mileage cars, sorry. So Ford Mondeo, the fourth generation, 2014, which I bought 3 years ago. Yeah, it was November 2020. Let's walk around. Okay, what we have. So basically, the short story about how I decide to buy. Sorry guys, I will keep my hands in the pocket so it will get me warmer. So I had a Jaguar XJR, which is like 2004 X350 body, which is a big, supposed to be a big business sedan in 2004. Well, it still is. We'll try to find old pictures and attach it to the video. So that was my car for 4 years before I bought this one. So one day I just decided that I want to start saving money because the Jag was 4.2 supercharged, amazing car. I still regretting that I sold it, but yeah, I just decided to save a bit more money, and I was looking for something, basically not even looking, it was the first car which I looked on. So I was trying to find big car, same size, comfortable, with a small diesel engine. That's it. So I went for a coffee and I opened Auto Trader, and it was the first car which I found basically there. It was 2014, and it still is. The price was, I think, £3,500, something like that. So the thing is, after the Jag, which was a full with the extras, leather, schmedder, how you can imagine the premium XJR from that years, this one is absolutely empty, I would say, if I can use this word. So it's just an aircon, and I added the rear park sensors, and replaced the wheels because there was just a metal wheels with the caps on it, and basically that's it. So the model calls Econetic. So well, from what I've heard and what I've seen in the Google, so based on a lot of first hybrid cars like Prius, Ford wanted to improve the fuel consumption and make their cars more economical. So they created Ford Focus and Ford Mondeo with the Econetic model. So what it means, from what I found, the car have 1.6 diesel engine, which looking forward, it's really enough for this car. Well, if you're driving in the town or city. So they were coming with a special Econetic wheel caps to make the airflow better. I don't know if they work really or not, but on the 16 inches wheels, they're supposed to have special Michelin rubber, which I believe is harder and thinner, so the less drag on the road. Sorry for the noise, it's a train, wind. So what else? I was surprised compared to Jag. It have active grille, so when you start the engine, the grille is closed, and once you will start, the grille will close by itself, and when the car will warm up, it will open. I know it's nothing special for now, but for me it was interesting feature, especially for the so simple car. So yeah, this car is based on economic, saving your money, saving fuel. That's why there is no daylights, there's no fog lights, there's no many extras. It's just a bare car, bare Mondeo, how it was made, I would say, on the simplest spec. But it was very, very enough for me, I would say. Let's open. You will see inside. It's a simple dash. After we will jump in, we will go for a ride. So why I like this car? Because after Jag, which is like with the car with the full extras inside, and it's quite old, from time to time you start stressing if something will break. And if it will break, it will cost money. And that's why I wanted the simplest car on the market, but still to save, I would say, size. How you can see, let's go on that side and I will show, probably you already know, this car is huge. I never felt like that, and I always thought that the Jag was huge, but compare the functional size, this car is the another level. So very huge place in interior. Yeah, there's no leather, there's no Alcantara like in some models. It's the simplest spec, how I told, but it was very nice because I don't need to stress about something went wrong. So let's check the size. I can sit, I'm 178 centimeters. So look, when I'm sitting behind myself, I can still have the small kid on my knees, and it's still a lot of place inside. And the funny thing, it's much more than on the rear seats of Jaguar XJR, which is supposed to be luxury sedan. So this car is considerably bigger, probably because the Jag was the lower. It looks wider, but by the numbers from Google, I found out that they're more or less same size. So just because there's no huge bonnet, it doesn't look maybe so massive like old Jags, but believe me, this car is very, very practical. Another thing, because I wanted this car not just to save money, but on save money travel more around the UK, maybe someone else, and I was looking exactly for the hatchback, or in this case I think it's liftback. And if we will start thinking about the liftbacks, there's not much choice, especially in this price range. We're not talking about Passat CC, Porsche Panamera or Audi A7. It's another price tag. If we're comparing this, I think the only car which you can choose is Ford Mondeo or Vauxhall Opel Insignia. It depends on which market, so or Vauxhall or Opel. And maybe I'm wrong, you can write in a comment, but I don't remember any other cars with a practical big liftback body apart of Mondeo and Insignia. And because I don't like really Vauxhall on the technical part and reliability, that was basically only one choice. And because it's Econetic with a simple spec inside, it was quite cheap. Because if you're buying with a semi-leather interior with the screens inside, later on I will show you how they can be there. It can go, even nowadays, they can go up to 6,000-7,000, but it wasn't my target. I wanted basically big, nice, comfortable car. And the huge part of this is this bonnet, guys. Look on it. Look on this size. You literally, you can, if you drop the seats, oh, sorry, drop another one. I won't take this shelf now, but how you can imagine, it's easy to take it. You easily, you can sleep there. Look, I can hide here. Well, of course this one we can be taken, but there's a lot of space to sleep for two of you. You can take your friend, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, wherever. We even spent there was a, I think it was like St. Valentine's Day or something like that. It was rainy day. And we got a picnic inside. Literally, there's so much space inside. And unfortunately, Jack couldn't offer me these options. So I would say for this price, for £3,000 that days, now you can find them even for 1,000, depends on condition and miles. It's a huge car, very comfortable, and you can basically take half of your house with you. How you already know from the previous video, I will close the door, I'm a bit crazy about the original equipment in the car. So if there's supposed to be some tools, some floor mats, I'm always trying to buy them. So in this car, I will show you under the mat. We have full size. Oh no, sorry, it's not full size. It's an emergency spare wheel with a still original tire from Czech Republic. How you can see, the car being produced in 15 April 2018. Everything is original here. So yes, I would say compared to Jag, the quality of mats like this, it's not so perfect. Yes, it's a fact because the Jag was a premium, but it's not a big deal. So once I bought the car, how you can see, the spare wheel never been used, still with the original tags, and I hope I wouldn't use it. This thing wasn't there, so the car came only with I think with this towing latch, or how it calls, I don't remember, towing tow, and that's it. So I managed to find on eBay the whole kit with this plastic inner to fit and make it perfectly like it's supposed to be. I think there could be, it wasn't missing there because of someone stole it. I think there was different specs with the car, so some of them, like the big body, which is like Avant and Audi and Estate, they had more sections inside the bonnet, and the hatchback, they were coming or empty one without the wheel or with the plastic one. Maybe I'm wrong, but when I was looking for this part, it looks like they could come without as well. So yeah, I managed to buy this on eBay, whole set. So I still have, let's close this one. Let's make it a bit tidy, so tight enough so it's not gonna make a noise. We have another place here where I'm just keeping another toy and another wheel nut, the secret wheel nut, and yeah, that was original part, and only this place was with the foam when the car came to me. So another one was missing. I don't know if it's supposed to be two of them, but because I like how it looks, the big one, I bought the under the spare wheel. So yeah, this car is fully prepared for any traveling, I would say. So spoiler, because it's a facelift model, in a description of Econetic model, they're saying that they have special spoiler for the Econetic model, but to be honest, I've seen this spoiler on any facelift models, because 2014 it's the last production year of this car. I think in 2014 was already early models of 5th generation. But yeah, my opinion with the spoiler looks much better. There is some problems. It's still from the moment when I bought the car. The varnish it come off, so the paint is still there. But yeah, this is just, it was there 3 years ago, it's still there. My original idea was to paint it, but I just let it is. Yeah, I don't know, maybe I will paint it, but I'm planning to sell this car. It's already on sale, so probably I will leave it as it is. And because there's no really color difference, so it stays blue. So another thing which is like very common for the Ford drivers, that generations and the new ones, there's no fuel tank cap, so it's just easy fuel system, should just pop in, nothing is covering it. Again, because it's the simple model, the handles, they are black, they're not in body trim color, which again, I wanted to paint them, but with the time I just realized, like, for make it perfect, yes, but in general it's not so bad. So yeah, I replaced wheels because the original was just a black stainless steel wheels. Nothing special, already some scratches, maybe even this was before. I just wanted some slightly better wheels, I would say. So I think this wheels from C-Max model or something like that, it was just cheapest option. I just found them on eBay, basically just to get rid of the cups, because I know this is special model for fuel saving, airflow, but in 2024, come on, with the cups, I didn't want it. So in the 3 years about the maintenance, what we did, I replaced the rear brakes, pads and the discs. Basically, I think they end their life because we went to trip to Scotland with this car, and on Scottish carvy roads we were literally like not racing, but we were driving quite fast, and because this car is heavy, engine was completely enough for this size, but because the car is heavy, the brakes was struggling, they were overheating, and after that the rear ones, they start squeaking. So there's no problems, there wasn't any problems with the bearing or something, so I just replaced the discs and parts. Sorry, I'm missing one center cap. By the way, center caps I ordered it from eBay as well, but with the time I missed one, so I need to replace them. What else? So brakes, as always, oil, filters, fuel filter, cam belt, water pump, cam pulley, all the pulleys, basically the general service, all been done in this car, just as a safe option, even it wasn't necessarily. So when we bought this car, it had 103,000 miles on it, which again, for some people you will consider it's already a lot, but I was surprised. This car was very well kept before. I'm third owner, and it was very clean inside out. I bought it from a very nice guy who owned it for 1 year. So he just had 2 cars and he decided to keep another one, the new Seat, and he decided to sell this one. So now let's talk about the engine. There's not much engine in this car. It's 1.6 TDCi. I think this engine originally coming from Peugeot Group, so the sharing between Peugeot and Ford. I found out that I still have, you won't see probably, I will try to, there's a still original Ford battery, and the guys last week, for example, because I'm not using this car anymore, it's staying on parking on my working place, even if it's minus 5 degrees, after a few weeks it starts literally like a brand new. I'm surprised BMW doesn't start like that. It starts, but it's a bit struggling when it's minus temperature outside. These cars start straight away. About the engine, what I can say, if you drive in a town, even considering the size of the car, I would say it's enough. I was surprised, and a lot of my friends were asking me like, man, how from the V8 supercharged Jag on this, which is nothing inside, no leather, 1.6 diesel, how? And to be honest, it's a different cars, but it's not worse or better option. They are different, and this car is absolutely great. Even trip to the Scotland on motorways, some active racing, driving on the curvy roads next to the Scottish lakes, it was perfect experience. And I would say this engine even better because it's not hitting the speed limit so quickly. So with the Jag or any powerful car, you just hit the pedal and it's already like you can use your driving license straight away. This one, you're still enjoying it, but you're not getting your ticket so quickly. The rest, yeah, how I told, pulleys, belts, oil, nothing really. Well, wiper blades. Recently, I replaced the back and front wiper blades. This latch sometimes tend to stuck. Maybe now it looks like a bit dirty, but believe me, it's greased, and I cleaned it with WD-40 yesterday. I will clean it with a brake cleaner one more time, and after I will apply the new grease because they tend to stuck, and this one been replaced by the previous owner. And I think it was quite expensive. Well, compared to this car, these prices, and I don't remember exactly. If I will try to find the invoices, because I have all receipts, I will share with you. Another tricky point, if you had Mondeo, it's a headlights. So basically, bulbs on Fords, it's a common thing. You will replace them if you're owning the Ford Focus Mondeo, you will be pro with replacing the bulbs. I don't know what's going on with these cars, but I asked my friends, I checked the forums, the bulbs dying quite often. So in Focus, you just unscrew one bolt, unclick it and take it out. With this one, you unscrew two bolts, and after you need to wiggle it inside and find the right position to take it off. So I would say the first time you will do it in 1 hour, and then all next times you will do it like in 10 minutes. But yeah, it's a bit tricky because when you're trying to take it out, it will be kind of stuck at this point there. So you need to find the right angle to take it out. And because the bulb's dying quite often, you will need to do this. Well, I'm not saying very, very often, but compared to another cars, it will sound and it will look much, much often. The rest, nothing to talk really about. We will talk about the fuel consumption. We will go inside. And at the moment, let's jump in, take this big boy for a ride, and talk about how it drives. Okay, we're inside. It's finally no wind. At the moment, car have 143,000 miles. So it means that I did exactly, well, without the small numbers, I did exactly 40,000 miles in 3 years. Well, for me it's quite a lot because I was driving this car quite a lot, traveling to Scotland. What we can talk about the inside, yeah, how I told in previous video, the floor mats, it's my fetish. So I replaced the floor mats here as well because there was some universal which were like stuck in between the pedals. It's not safe. I not recommend anyone to do this and have them. So I bought from the same Ford store on eBay, the original with the Ford logo. You won't see it now, but with the Ford logo. But then one more thing with this, they're much more thin than from Ford Focus, and these plastic caps which fix them to the floor, they're so strong and hard. Then look, when I was trying to pull them off, I even start damage the, it will start ripping off the mat. So now I'm doing this very carefully. Well, they're already 3 years old, so it still will be there, but these plastic points, they're so hard there. I don't know, sometimes I think that literally when you're taking the mat of the general floor, you can take, I don't know, the whole general mat with it. So it's very difficult to unclip it. I don't know why they made it so hard. The rest, how I told, it's a simple model. So we have only aircon. In the full models with better spec, you can have climate control, you can have the screen here. But again, the screen will be really outdated now. So even if you have screen, the model generally will cost more you if you were buying this, but you will have to replace it probably because then sat nav and all functionality will be very outdated. So it's up to you. Still, we have option like with the Ford Focus, we can put here any aftermarket unit, so you can replace it for Android, Pioneer, Alpine, wherever you want. It's still possible here. Same easy like on Ford Focus. Window heating, as always, Ford, one love. The only two cars in my life had the windscreen heating. It's a Jag and Ford. That's why I'm kind of comparing them. I know that compare XJR and Ford Mondeo, it's a bit weird because it's like completely different leagues. But for example, sunglasses holder, I had it only in a Jag and only in Mondeo. So it's very nice feature. Of course, in Jag it will be with some not leather, but with some cloth on it, nice with the chrome stripes. But still, sun visors, nothing special. You have mirror, but you don't have light. I think in the passenger, yeah, same thing, no light, only the mirror. They have slightly different way how they put the cabin light inside, so it's in the middle. I'm not saying that I'm a big fan of it, especially compared to here, this place. When we bought the car, I was thinking that something is missing here, and maybe I can like buy some used parts on eBay. And after I just realized that there shouldn't be anything. Well, maybe I'm wrong, but I made research and I couldn't find anything here apart of the sunglasses holder. So they made such a huge plastic part here with such a many different kind of fake holes there, but there's no option to put anything inside. So original Mondeo vents, again, you can turn them 360 around. I would say maybe it's not really, well, it's a taste thing. Someone will like it, someone no, but it's very nice functionality because you can turn them. I was surprised that compared to the price tag, compared to the car, is very simple, especially spec of this car. I almost don't have hard plastic inside. Sorry, compared to Ford Focus, where you have it a lot. Here, I think it's only this part, maybe a few more, but all the rest is quite nice, soft trim inside, even the door panels, everything. So it's making this car nice, comfortable. In a higher spec, you can have the leather handrest. So again, if you will open it, you have two sections inside. So the small one, you can hide some wallet or something, and a big one, you have a aux input, 12 watts, and guys, it's huge. Oh, we still have some sanitizer from back days, 100 milliliters from COVID times, and look, it's like literally disappearing there. So you can hide there, like, I don't know, half-liter of water or whatever you prefer to drink. It's huge. And it's, again, compared to everything in this car, we have huge pockets on the doors, we have two pockets here, we have huge bonnet, we have two cup holders, small place here, so just a lighter place, extra bulb, how you can see, the bulb is always with you, and the battery. I recommend to everyone have battery for your key fob in case if it's run out, because I'm trying to keep in every car, I'm trying to keep spare battery for the key in case if the battery will die. I know the old new cars, they will tell you on the dash that you need to replace it, but because I like old cars, old school cars, so that's why I prefer to have spare batteries with me. Glove box with some CD discs inside, with some music. It's not big, I would say, considering the size of the car, it's even small, but yeah, it's completely alright. The small place here, if you will have heating seats, you will have the switch for the heating seats here. I don't have heating seats, so that's why it's just a small useless place for, I don't know, maybe coins. The gearbox, 6-speed manual gearbox, absolutely right. I like how it works. I like how the car responds with this power. Well, someone will tell that with this lack of power and with this gearbox. So manual seats, but only you will have old school button. I think this button on the side of the seat, this button is from 80s. I think the Ford using it. It's just to lift and set down this seat. The rest will be manual. So we have support for the back. It's from another side. Yeah. So extra support from the back, which you can pump here. It will support your back. For electric windows, steering wheel buttons. I have cruise control. I think some of them can have active cruise, or I don't know. Yeah, write in the comments if I'm wrong. I think they could have, but this one have just a standard cruise control and just a computer to check fuel consumption, how many miles you did, and change the volume. So let's start the engine. So yeah, I really like this car, especially comparing to size. I think even in 2024 it's very nice car, big size, small engine. I would say this engine, with the age, when it's getting miles on it, it can become a bit louder compared to when it was like 30,000 miles before. But it runs well, car pass MOT, everything. Let's go for a ride. Let's adjust it back. Let's make sure the seat belt is not touching our mic like last time. So car handles very good, because this car is still from the time when Ford Focus second generation been made, when they were very concentrated about the handling. So the handling here, even considering this is huge car, well, for this size, for this class of the car, it handles perfectly. I won't say that it's same like Ford Focus, because they have different size, different type of the car, but it's very perfect handling for this car. A 1.6 engine, I would say in a town it's completely enough for you, so you don't feel yourself slow or something. You can keep your pace. It's completely enough, even on motorway. Well, maybe it will struggle if you're already on a high speed like 90-100 miles per hour. It will struggle to build power quickly, but up to that place, up to motorway speeds in town, it's a perfect car. Audio system here, the music, considerably better than in the Ford Focus. So we have speakers in the front doors and the rear doors. We have small tweeters in the front doors and the back doors. It sounds very nice. I would say for this price, for everything, it sounds better than Ford Focus. Maybe because it's newer. Of course, because probably they have extra maybe paddings in some doors. I never opened these doors, so maybe they have some. I don't think that from stock Ford you can expect extra vibration or noise insulation, but it sounds very nice when you're listening music here. And if you will add some subwoofer, because it's lift back body, so you can take from the subwoofer much more profit than compare when it's just living in a boot and so closed with the boot. But in this car, because it's lift back or hatchback, it's open interior, so the subwoofer will sound much better. Yeah, like always, we have all roads full with the cars, not just with driving. Another thing from Econetic, well, at least in description of Econetic, guys, if you don't have Econetic and you will have these options, don't blame me. I just checked the Econetic description, and they said that start-stop system being designed for the Econetic models. I don't know is it true or no. I'm not a big fan of it. It's quite annoying, and I think it's not working when the car is too cold or something like that, and when the car reaches the temperature limit or something like that, it starts switching off every time when you stop. Let's check the light. Let's put the light on. It's still gray outside, and to be honest, now the car is on sale. It's a very sad story, but because I'm not using this anymore, and comparing to sell BMW or sell Ford Mondeo, we kind of decide to sell Ford Mondeo. So yeah, it's still on. I put it on sale. I don't want to get rid of it very cheap, so I expect to get like around £3,000, a bit more. We'll see how it will ending. I will let you know. But in general, if I wouldn't kind of have the work car, I would keep this, because this is like the most economically logical car in the family. It's big, it's comfortable. The fuel consumption, we forget to speak about the fuel consumption. At the moment it showed the average 55.7 miles per gallon. I never tried to reach like the maximum or like minimal how much, but usually it's like 55-57 miles per gallon. So again, Ford Focus with 2.0 diesel, I think it has like around 40-35, and the BMW 20 or something. So this is the best car in the family, considering the fuel consumption and the size. Another good thing with these cars, it's a road tax. It's just 20 quid per year, well, if you're in UK. But even with the all economic things, with the remapped engine for the economic purpose, not for the racing or something, I didn't done it by myself. It says in the description of economic that it's been remapped for the ecological purposes. It still don't pass now the ULEZ exceptions in Bristol, London, and in UK. So we need to pay if we're going to green zone in this car. I was thinking to replace it with a new Mondeo. I like new Mondeo, how it looks, especially this Aston Martin look in the front. But I would say, if you're watching this car for the 3/4 from the back, I prefer how looks this car, with the wide arches, with the all proportions. Again, it's just my taste, but maybe I'm wrong for your opinion, but I think this car is more proportional than the next generation, because this car is a bit wider, and they took off this wideness from the next generation. That's why it doesn't look, in my opinion, so nice like this one. But in general, both of the cars are really surprised. I'm really sad that the Ford, they stopped producing them. Yeah, they going to electric EV cars more and more, and after many years, I think it's 30 or even more years, because Mondeo had like huge history for the Ford company, they decide to get rid of it. And from what I know, there doesn't exist the 6th generation of Ford Mondeo, which is very sad, because I don't see another car on the market apart of the Vauxhall Insignia or Opel Insignia. But how I told before, I like how they look, but I'm not really big fan of the technical part of the cars. But yeah, that's nothing really to tell more about this car. If you're thinking about to buy this car, same rules like I'm telling everyone with any car. Miles is important, but make sure the condition of the car, maintenance, everything been done in order, and everything been done how it's supposed to be, not like it's recommended by the company and oil being changed 30,000 miles. No, it needs to be done at least in 10,000 miles, and the car will run ages and ages. So yeah, we'll see if this car will go and sells. It's not selling quickly, definitely, because I don't want to sell it for 1,000 pounds. We'll see how quickly it will go. Maybe I will change my mind and will decide to keep it. But at the moment, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching, and thanks for all Ford fans who liked my video about the Ford Focus. I was surprised. I never really was thinking to film about the Fords, but now I can see that it's not only me who like Fords. I wish one day maybe try something more serious like Ford Mustang or something. But even these two models, Ford Focus, Ford Mondeo, they're very nice. They're very loved cars in our family. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and see you in the next videos.